Greetings, Stewart families. Welcome to the hallway behavior presentation for the PBIS Positive Behavior in School Support program we have here. We focus on three areas: be respectful, be caring, and be responsible. This one, focusing on hallway behaviors, is going to focus first on being responsible. Drag the two light bulbs to the words you believe share a connection. Drag the purple magnifying glass over an item that the class ought to discuss. So you might see a word like trust partnered with a word like responsibility. Because if you take responsibility consistently, you're more likely to gain trust from people you would prefer. To me, this idea of an obligation, what are we obliged to do for one another to make this the best school it can be every day and every moment? Well, that to me bears a little more discussion from everybody, and I look forward to having it with your students. Drag two red light bulbs to pictures that you believe share a connection, and drag the purple magnifying glass over an item that we ought to discuss. Well, it looks like these are hallway behaviors, and the first thing I notice is that this is the Stewart hallway right here. And I see that students are lined up, and it might be another school, but they're lined up on the right side, just like we do with the Stewart hallway. All right, I'm curious about a few things. First, what does this listen/ignore mean? What do masks have to do in the have to do with walking in the hallway? While we might not, might be at too much capacity for 6 feet. Why would it still be good to preserve social distancing in this year 2021, 2022? And what's going on with language concerns? So there's a few different things to consider and think about. Excellent. Finish the sentence starter in red. So your students, while at school or online, would write what's in red. All right, my hands are hanging by my side. I'm standing straight and tall. My eyes are looking straight ahead. I'm ready for the hall. One thing I notice is students are thinking about how they present themselves while in line. Students can show through posture and eye contact how they're taking responsibility in the hallway. Oh, whoopsie daisy. There we are. Oh, wow. Here we have a clip that students would watch together, and they would toggle back and forth between this clip, a little video about PBIS, and kind of analyze it and talk about it together. So your student would go back and forth. We're not going to watch the clip together now, but just know that that's an activity that your students would also be doing, so they can see precisely what can be done wrong and what can be done right, and how to perform those right behaviors. Some examples of a positive behavior when class is over. And it says to drag the exclamation point to the positive behavior that will be most challenging for you personally. So line up as directed by your classroom teacher. Remain quiet and ready to move when directed by the classroom teacher. Quietly move into the hallway. This is where all our hallway behavior comes into play. Remain in a straight, quiet line. Stay with your class as you move towards your destination, and follow your teacher's directions for hallway stopping points. For me, the quiet line might be tough because that's when it's non-academic time, and I might be primed to chat with my friends, at least knowing myself. Same directions, similar ideas, similar topic. Use your 3-foot voice. Move directly to your destination. Go to the closest destination, closest bathroom, or the closest water fountain. Walk everywhere you go. Keep to the right side. Doors to the outside should only be opened by teachers. Open and hold doors for others. Say excuse me and pardon me when bumping into trying to move around someone or accidentally bumping into someone. Stop and appropriately respond to staff when spoken to. First, stop. That's so important that you just stop. And then finally, turn towards the adults and get quiet. Examples of positive behavior when you're in a teacher line. Just follow all teacher directives, keep to the right of the hall, use a 3 foot voice, and face forward and directly standing behind the person in front of you. Once again, I love talking with my friends. That's one of my favorite little things to do. But it could be that maybe sometimes if a teacher addresses you in a way that doesn't seem caring, right? Like our other one, maybe not letting the teacher know in the hallway, but coming to the teacher later is definitely a great idea too, right? Um, we didn't get a chance to do this one. So when you're on your own, what's tough for me? Um, hmm, I would have to say maybe it's going to the closest destination. Sometimes I just really want to stretch my legs, and while it's not permissible, it's understandable. So here are some non-examples of positive behavior, some poor behavior. Right? What are some of the hallway mistakes made by the individuals in these pictures, or some consequences? Right? Well, I'm looking at hot Cheeto hands first. I could say some consequences could be a dirty food laden hallway. It could be that there are more conflicts. There seem to be running, which is unsafe. There seems to be volume, which makes it a place that makes it difficult to feel safe, which is one of the main things PBIS is intended to do: make everybody comfortable so they can learn as much as possible. There's our matrix, being respectful where in the hallway. Much of that is already covered. All right, a quick run through of the do's and do nots of the Stewart Middle School hallways. Do line up as directed by the classroom teacher. Remain quiet and ready to move when directed by the classroom teacher. Quietly move in the hallway. Remain in a straight, quiet line. Stay with your class as you move towards your destination. Follow your teacher's directions for hallway stopping points. Use your 3 foot voice. Move directly to your destination. Go to the closest destination, closest bathroom and water fountain. Walk everywhere you go. Keep to the right side. Doors to the outside should only be opened by teachers. Open and hold doors for others. Say excuse me and pardon me when bumping and trying around someone who accidentally is bumping into someone. Stop and appropriately respond to staff when spoken to. Stop, please. Turn towards adults and get quiet. Follow all teacher directives. Keep to the right of the hall and face forward, directly standing behind the person in front of you. Do not run, chase, eat, play Bluetooth speaker. Ignore the redirections. Use locker unless at an unauthorized time. Rather, walk on the left. Walk two or more abreast. Curse, play, hit, kick, or slap or wander. Here students would commit to being part of a learning community here at Stewart, and they'll be able to follow the end of class and beginning of class procedures. Well, it just makes sense to me that I should be able to do so, so I'm going to sign there. All right, and I will not play and use a 3 foot voice. All right, that makes sense to me. Boom. I will practice good manners regarding peers and staff, especially my peers. All right, please put your student ID number across the picture, it looks like. So my student ID number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. And that ends the PBIS presentation for hallways. Thank you so much for watching with your student. It is much appreciated. Thank you for making it to the end. We appreciate it. All right, please be well.